told me the other day that Nostradamus predicted that there was going to be some sort of a World War III. None of it's good. This is a scary time to be alive.
Joe Rogan ominously reminds us of Nostradamus' chilling prophecy. Another world conflict looms on the horizon.
Can people really see the future? Receive messages from across time and space? For centuries, seers and prophets have come forward, offering dramatic visions of mankind's destiny.
2023 is meant to be a year of deep changes and disasters. A major war is a constant in his predictions for 2023, and so are mentions of the destruction of a large empire.
16th century French astrologer Nostradamus. Known for his cryptic predictions, Nostradamus continues to intrigue the world with his prophecies. So what has he predicted for 2024?
In the long span of time, some people have amazed us with their extraordinary ability to see into the future. One such person is Michel de Nostradamus, a French astrologer who lived from 1503 to 1566. Nostradamus is famous for his predictions that continue to captivate and astonish us today. Among his many prophecies, one in particular has sent shockwaves through the world as it unfolded in Ishikawa, Japan. Not long ago, a powerful earthquake magnitude of 7.5 struck Ishikawa, causing immense destruction. Sadly, 55 people lost their lives in this tragic event. Strangely enough, Nostradamus had written about such an earthquake over 400 years ago. But this earthquake was not the only occurrence predicted by Nostradamus. Brace yourselves, for an even more shocking revelation awaits our curious minds, which shall be revealed in this video. Nostradamus's book, Prophecies, was published in 1555. In the book he wrote, "In the year 2024, there will be a massive earthquake off the coast of Japan, causing a destructive tsunami that would destroy homes and claim many lives."
Nostradamus warns of a very great famine through pestiferous wave, which could indicate tsunamis devastating agricultural lands.
The accuracy of his prediction is remarkable, leaving many of us in disbelief. But to understand the life of Nostradamus, we need to delve into his thirst for knowledge and his concerns about potential conflicts with the Church. Nostradamus was born Michel de Nostradamus on December 14th or 21, 1503, in the south of France in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence. He was one of 9 children born to Rainière de Saint-Rémy and her husband Jaume de Nostradamus, a well-to-do grain dealer and part-time notary of Jewish descent. Nostradamus' grandfather, Guy Gassonnet, had converted to Catholicism a half-century earlier and changed the family name to Nostradamus to avoid persecution during the Inquisition. Little is known of his childhood, but evidence indicates he was very intelligent as he quickly advanced through school. Early in his life, he was tutored by his maternal grandfather, Jean de Saint-Rémy, who saw great intellect and potential in his grandson. Young Nostradamus was taught the rudiments of Latin, Greek, Hebrew, and mathematics during this time. His exposure to astrology and Jewish traditions from his grandfather laid the foundation for his later prophetic work. But do you think his early life laid a foundation for his prophetic declarations? At 14, Nostradamus entered the University of Avignon to study medicine. However, he was forced to leave after only 1 year due to an outbreak of the bubonic plague. According to his account, he traveled throughout the countryside, researching herbal remedies and working as an apothecary.
Nostradamus lived in the 1500s, a time of plagues and disease when the occult and astrology were part of everyday life. For years, he worked as a plague doctor and earned a bit of celebrity status for providing herbal remedies that seemed to, at least, help some of the infected.
In 1522, he entered the University of Montpellier to complete his doctorate in medicine. He sometimes expressed dissension with the teachings of the Catholic priests, who dismissed his notions of astrology. There are some reports that university officials discovered his previous experience as an apothecary and used this as a reason to expel him from school. The school took a dim view of anyone involved in what was considered a manual trade. However, most accounts state he was not expelled and received a medical license in 1525. At this time, he Latinized his name as was the custom of many medieval academics from Nostradam to Nostradamus. Over the next several years, Nostradamus traveled throughout France and Italy, treating victims of the plague. There was no known remedy at the time. Most doctors relied on potions made of mercury and the practice of bloodletting and dressing patients in garlic-soaked robes. Nostradamus developed some very progressive methods for dealing with the plague. He didn't bleed his patients, instead practicing effective hygiene and encouraging the removal of the infected corpses from city streets. He became known for creating a rose pill, an herbal lozenge made of rose hips, rich in vitamin C, that provided some relief for patients with mild plague cases. His cure rate was impressive, though much can be attributed to keeping his patients clean, administering low-fat diets, and providing plenty of fresh air. In time, Nostradamus found himself somewhat of a local celebrity for his treatments and received financial support from many of the citizens of Provence. In 1531, he was invited to work with a leading scholar of the time, Jules César Scaliger, in Agen, in southwestern France. There, he married and, in the next few years, had 2 children. In 1534, his wife and children died, presumably of the plague, while he was traveling on a medical mission to Italy. Not being able to save his wife and children caused him to fall out of favor in the community and with his patron, Scaliger. As Nostradamus tirelessly worked to combat the plague, little did he know that his experiences would shape his future as a renowned seer, guiding him toward writing enigmatic prophecies that would captivate the world. So what hidden knowledge did he acquire during his medical endeavors that would weave into his mystical predictions? Keep watching to find out. So how did the prophecies of Nostradamus start? Nostradamus's predictions tended to be about general types of events, like natural disasters and conflict-related events that tend to occur regularly as time goes on. Some people believe that his prophecies have predicted actual events, such as the death of Henry II, the French Revolution, the rise of Napoleon, the rise of Adolf Hitler, and the 9/11 attacks. By 1554, Nostradamus's visions had become an integral part of his works in the almanacs, and he decided to channel all his energies into a massive opus he initially titled Centuries. He planned to write 10 volumes containing 100 predictions forecasting the next 2,000 years. In 1555, he released his most famous work, Les Prophéties. The Les Prophéties prophecies were written cryptically and vaguely, challenging the interpretation and identification of specific events. Nostradamus's predictions focused on general events that commonly occur over time, such as natural disasters and conflicts. Some believe that his prophecies have accurately foretold significant historical events, including the death of Henry II, the French Revolution, the rise of Napoleon, the rise of Adolf Hitler, and the 9/11 attacks. However, there is a divided opinion on the accuracy and significance of Nostradamus's predictions. Skeptics argue that the vague and ambiguous nature of the prophecies allows for retroactive interpretation, where one can seemingly match any event to a prophecy. They suggest that people may unintentionally find connections due to Nostradamus's writings' wide range of general events. Nevertheless, the uniqueness of Nostradamus's predictions lies in their engraved popularity in historical records and popular culture. Despite the controversy surrounding their accuracy, they continue to intrigue and captivate the public. Nostradamus's ambitions extended beyond Les Prophéties. In 1554, he planned to write a grand opus titled Centuries, consisting of 10 volumes containing 100 predictions forecasting the next 2,000 years. However, only the first volume was completed and published during his lifetime. It is unclear why Nostradamus could not complete the remaining volumes of the Centuries. Some suggest that his busy life as a physician, dealing with various social and political challenges, may have hindered his progress. Additionally, Nostradamus faced criticism from religious authorities who deemed his prophecies occult and believed he was operating outside of acceptable norms. Despite the unfinished state of the Centuries, the first volume of Les Prophéties achieved significant recognition and popularity, catapulting Nostradamus to fame during his lifetime. His prophecies captivated many people and attempted to interpret their meanings and connections to historical events. The significance of Nostradamus's unfinished opus lies in his continued fascination with his prophecies and their influence on popular culture. even though the complete vision of the centuries remains unrealized. The impact of Nostradamus's work has endured throughout the centuries. His prophecies have been interpreted and reinterpreted by numerous individuals, scholars, and enthusiasts, attempting to unlock the secrets within his verses and connect them to contemporary events. Now that we have shown you how the predictions of Nostradamus started, let us take a look at some of the predictions that have come to pass so far. One such prophecy is believed by some to be about the Great Fire of London in 1666. Nostradamus wrote in Century 2, Quatrain 51, "The blood of the just will be demanded of London, burnt by the fire in the year 66. The ancient lady will fall from her high place, and many of the same sect will be killed." Interpreters suggest that the blood of the just refers to the many deaths caused by the fire. London burnt by fire in the year 66 inches is seen as a reference to the Great Fire of London that occurred in 1666. The ancient lady is interpreted as the City of London, often symbolized by a woman, and many of the same sect will be killed, is thought to refer to the religious strife that followed the fire. It's important to note that interpretations of Nostradamus's writings are highly subjective, and many scholars and skeptics argue that his quatrains are often vague and can be applied to various events after they occur rather than predicting them. Therefore, while intriguing, the connection between this prophecy and the Great Fire of London should be viewed skeptically. But we cannot deny the obvious connection between Nostradamus's prediction and the actual occurrence of the Great Fire. But that's not all. When we thought it couldn't be more terrifying, Nostradamus predicted what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Within 2 cities, Nostradamus wrote, "There will be scourges, the like of which was never seen." That description would certainly apply to what occurred in the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which were devastated by atomic bombs at the end of World War II. Those who escaped immediate detonation suffered painful radiation poisoning, and many died. A stone in the tree in Nostradamus's quatrain could describe the shape of the mushroom cloud that engulfed the sky above the city. It could also mean a land-bound object, like a stone and a bomb, paradoxically appearing where it shouldn't, a tree or the sky. The quatrain paints an increasingly bleak picture, foretelling famine within plague, potentially a reference to radiation sickness and the lasting disruption of war, and people put out by steel, which may point to the planes that dropped the bombs. Of course, this may be Nostradamus talking about a literal plague affecting any potential cities, given that the man himself had first-hand experience treating plague patients. But again, it depends on how much you want to believe. So what are predictions for this year according to Nostradamus? Buckle up, because we're about to get into what will happen this year, so you might want to stick back and pay close attention. 2024 has started as a very unpredictable year, and we are positive that some of Nostradamus's predictions for this year will come to pass. The first prophecy for this year is, "The dry earth will grow more parched, and there will be great floods when it is seen." The astrologer warned that climatic changes will continue to wreak havoc on us. The mention of the earth growing more parched could refer to the increasing aridity in many regions due to rising temperatures and changing weather patterns. Likewise, the prediction of great floods could be seen as a reference to extreme weather events, including hurricanes, typhoons, and heavy rainfall that are becoming more frequent and severe due to global warming. These events can lead to devastating flooding, displacing communities, and causing widespread damage. In today's world, where the effects of climate change are becoming increasingly evident, this prophecy could be interpreted as a warning about the urgent need to address environmental issues and reduce greenhouse gas emissions to mitigate the impact of climate change. The prophecy continues with Nostradamus stating, "No abbots, monks, no novices to learn. Honey costs far more than candle wax. So high the price of wheat, that man is stirred, his fellow man to eat." In his despair, there will be a significant decline in the finances of the prosperous countries. Social unrest will tear apart the country. People would resort to farming and migrate to other regions with more water. It's better to be prepared than to cry at that time. Conflicts will arise between states as they fight over water, but that is just one of the many prophecies for this year. Another prophecy by Nostradamus states, This year, the health of Vladimir Putin will be under threat. This Russian leader will suffer health issues and it will be a turbulent year for him. According to Nostradamus this year, Putin will face significant health challenges, leading to a turbulent time for him. However, it is important to note that Nostradamus's prophecies are often cryptic and open to interpretation, lacking specific details regarding the exact nature, timing, or severity of the health issues Putin may encounter. The prediction also mentions a diabolical successor, born under the same Chinese zodiac sign. Someone close to Putin would exploit this situation. He will try to seize power from the hands of Putin nationally and internationally. It will be affected. The person who will do such an act will be a close confidant of Putin. The change in leadership will lead to a destabilizing environment. Another disturbing prophecy by Nostradamus for this year is the change in the world economy. He says, "As wealth and power begin to sway, doubt in leaders, currencies essay in search of answers, a changing trend, new horizons back in around the bend." The prophecy suggests a significant change in the world economy, with a shift in wealth and power, leading to uncertainty in leadership and currencies seeking stability and direction. According to Nostradamus, India will emerge as a key player in reshaping the global geopolitical and financial landscape in 2024. This prophecy aligns with India's growing economic influence and potential on the world stage. With its large and diverse economy, rapidly growing population, and increasing strategic importance, India has the potential to become a major player in shaping global economic trends and policies. Several factors contribute to India's potential to reshape the global landscape 2024. The country's demographic dividend, with a young and dynamic population, presents a significant economic growth and innovation opportunity. India's ongoing economic reforms, infrastructure development, and emphasis on digital technologies also position it as a key player in the global economy. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, we still have the most intriguing prediction of Nostradamus, which is the existence of extraterrestrial civilization. In his quatrains and writings, Nostradamus alludes to possible contact with beings from other planets or dimensions. Some interpreters believe his references to beings from the sky and strange crafts could indicate encounters with extraterrestrial life forms. These interpretations have sparked speculation and debate among those who study Nostradamus's works and the phenomenon of extraterrestrial life. One of the most cited passages that is often associated with the idea of extraterrestrial civilization in Nostradamus's prophecies is Century 2, Quatrain 30, which reads, "When the great pontiff changes his abode, and the entire world is in commotion, far away from Rome, people of all ranks will be against him." While this quatrain does not explicitly mention extraterrestrial life, some believers in Nostradamus's prophecies interpret the references to a great pontiff and people being far away from Rome as symbolic descriptions of an otherworldly encounter or cosmic event. Before we dive deeper, let's rewind to address some important quotes by Nostradamus that relate to the prophecies to pass in 2024. Two significant quotes, one relating to a naval year and another about the King of the Isles, have sparked considerable interest and speculation. Nostradamus predicted a naval year in 2024, describing red adversaries growing pale with fear and instilling dread in the great ocean. This quote has generated speculation that it may point towards an impending conflict, specifically an attack on Taiwan by China. The association with red adversaries aligns with China's flag being red. Considering the rising tensions in the region, this prediction raises concerns regarding potential military confrontations and their impact on global stability. He also predicted that the King of the Isles would not remain in power for too long. He then says, "A new king shall be anointed who for a long time will appease the earth." Many interpret the King of the Isles as referencing King Charles III. Consequently, there is anticipation that Charles will face personal attacks due to his relationship with Camilla, stemming from the controversy surrounding Princess Diana. The quote implies that Charles may ascend to the throne, but might face challenges and a potentially short reign. The mention of a new king fostering global peace raises questions about the actions and leadership of future monarchs. Nostradamus's prediction of the Queen's death reflects his prophecy's accuracy and potential importance. It raises curiosity about the precision and validity of his other predictions, including those related to global events and personalities. Moving beyond geopolitical and royal matters, the note touches upon Pope Francis, the current religious head of the Catholics. Nostradamus's prophecy hints at the possibility of his replacement by someone else. However, no specific details are provided to discern this potential succession's timing, circumstances, or implications. Nevertheless, the mention of Pope Francis adds another layer of intrigue and invites further exploration into the future of religious leadership within the Catholic Church. Nostradamus then says, "Through the death of a very old pontiff, a Roman of good age will be elected of him. It will be said that he weakens his see, but long will he sit in biting activity. A younger pope would take the possession, and there could be a potential reduction in power. We might enter into a period of decline of the Catholic Church's power." This has piqued a lot of curiosity, because it reminds us of St. Malachi's prophecy of the last pope. Despite facing criticism for his predictions, Nostradamus remained steadfast in his beliefs. He continued pursuing what he thought was right, leaving behind a legacy that has intrigued scholars and enthusiasts for centuries. In 1566, he passed away, but his cryptic verses remain, challenging readers to decipher their meaning and uncover the secrets of the future. Interpreting Nostradamus's writings presents numerous challenges. His verses are open to a wide range of interpretations, leading to debates among scholars and believers. While many view him as a visionary, others dismiss his predictions as mere products of imagination. The question of belief in Nostradamus's predictions remains a personal one. Some believe wholeheartedly in his prophecies, seeing them as glimpses into the future. Others remain skeptical, attributing the similarities between his predictions and historical events to coincidence. Ultimately, the truth of Nostradamus's predictions can only be revealed with time. Whether his prophecies will pass this year or in the future is uncertain. However, by examining past events and comparing them to his predictions, we may better understand the man and his work. Nostradamus's prophecies challenge us to decipher the hidden meanings in his verses to capture a glimpse of the future. Through his words, he has intertwined the deaths of notable figures and the looming threat of natural and man-made disasters. These prophecies have fascinated and startled people throughout history, igniting passionate discussions and evoking a mix of hope and fear. Understanding the true essence of Nostradamus's mystical insights allows us to glimpse what lies ahead, serving as a guiding light through the complexities of life. Nostradamus's predictions persistently resonate as we move through time, reminding us of the mystery that connects the past, present, and enigmatic future. The recent earthquake in Ishikawa, Japan, stands as a testament to the prophetic vision of this extraordinary French astrologer. However, there is an air of anticipation that extends beyond this revelation. Prepare yourself, for the secrets that await us in the coming months could be earth-shattering, resounding deeply within the collective consciousness of our beloved planet. Stay curious and open-minded, for the uncovered knowledge may reshape our understanding of time, destiny, and the very fabric of our existence. Thank you for watching. We will see you in our next video.